Okay, so this peacock bass just ate a fish and a half. That fish was about maybe 4 inches. He ate 1.5 full of Massive or Delight pellets, and here he is again, and he wants more food. Hey everyone, this is DW's Darius, and today I want to give you guys a look at how I'm getting my Cichlid acellus, which is the peacock bass that I was focusing on. This is how I'm getting him to be trained to eat pellets. For all those who keep peacock bass, you know that these are some very picky eaters. Luckily, my Cichlid azul, the bigger guy back there, which is the biggest fish in his tank, luckily when I bought him, he was already pellet trained, so he eats pellets without any problem. I still feed him the smelt, which is the frozen fish that I was feeding. I still feed him that every now and then because he likes, I guess, the taste of it. But I like my stable diet for these fish to be a pellet because it's just a little bit more convenient for me to have a pellet on hand rather than having to go to the supermarket to pick up the smelt. And also it provides just more nutrients. You know, the smelt is a good food source because it's a whole fish. You get all the eyes, the organs, everything is inside the fish. However, once you freeze the smelt, it does lose some of the nutrients. So I like to add some of the Hikari Massive or Delight inside of the smelt. That way the peacock bass not only gets the taste of the pellet so that he becomes pellet trained, but he also gets more nutrients and just a better advantage when it comes to getting his full color. So yeah, this has been my latest technique. I cut the smelt up into small pieces. It has to be small enough for the fish to swallow. You know, sometimes these peacock bass can eat pieces where the piece is still sticking out their mouth and it takes a while to digest. You could do that, but it is risky because sometimes they spit it out and there's a chance that he could spit out the pellets. When you break it into smaller pieces, it makes it so that they automatically swallow the pellet and don't spit it out. So yeah, I've been doing this now for a couple of weeks, and the peacock bass is now actually at the point of being willing to accept certain pellets. If I come in the morning when he's hungry, if I toss a few pellets in there, he'll take 1 or 2. He's still not as readily to accept them as my larger peacock bass, which eats them. If I was to stop feeding frozen foods, this larger peacock bass wouldn't be affected because he loves the Master for Delight pellets. But this little guy right here, he's still a little bit picky. But yeah, me doing this every day, every time I feed him these frozen foods, I add a few little pellets in there, and they're getting him a little bit more and more familiar with the taste of the pellet. So eventually I'll be able to offer the pellet and without the smell, which is my goal, because once again, I believe that the pellet is just a little bit more convenient, and the fish gets a lot more vitamins and nutrients from the pellet. Now, for those of you who may not be too familiar with smelt, which was the food that I fed these guys, I made a video a little while ago with more details, so you could go ahead and check that out. But just a little briefing, smelt is a food that I bought from a local supermarket. It is sold for human consumption. It's a freshwater fish that comes from, I think, Lake Erie, one of the Great Lakes. And these guys just are great for feeding predatory fish. Now, at first, my peacock bass didn't want them because they are dead. Usually, peacock bass want live foods that's going to fight against them. But eventually, offering over and over to my arowana, one day my peacock bass just grabbed it. It took about a month, but he initially once he grabbed it, I knew that he was on the road to eating pellets because I was able to manipulate the smell. I was able to put stuff inside, as you saw today, and eventually this guy, without a doubt, is going to be eating pellets. So just something I wanted to share with you guys, something that I think is a great way to trick your peacock bass to eating to eating pellets. Now I'm going to have to try this trick a little bit later down the road because this is going to be the first time you're able to see the latest addition to the fish room. So let me set this up over here, and you can see he's a little bit shy. This is his first day down here in the fish room. But that right there is another peacock bass. You know, I lost my second Cicla Azul. I had 2 of the big Azuls, both of them the largest fish in the aquarium. But if you follow the channel, one of them passed away from the ick disease. And yeah, that little guy is hopefully going to be the 3rd peacock bass in this aquarium. And yeah, hopefully he looks good, and just hopefully I'm able to use the same technique to get him to eat pellets again. But yeah, everybody, just a tip that I thought was helpful. Anyways, as always, if you have any questions or comments about what you saw today, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. If you want more, make sure you subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and catch you guys on the next one.